Hey everybody, it's Mike AK, that Reseller guy, coming to you with another video on Tuesday morning. We had a long holiday weekend. We're going to go over a little recap of what happened in 2023 compared to 2022 compared to 2023, what I did, how were sales, how did all that stuff go over. I'm going to finally do a giveaway contest. It's my year-end contest, even though we're already, most of the way through January at this point. Well, not quite. It's the 16th. We're halfway through January. And I'm going to do that giveaway contest. We're going to talk about what sold over that holiday weekend. We're going to talk a little football. Let's get going. First off, out of the gate, go Bills. Playoff football weekend. Bills got the win this weekend over those Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of football, a lot of fun watching all of it. Weather was crazy back in Buffalo. If you don't watch football or you don't follow it, they actually had to move the game to the next day because it was so bad weather-wise back there. The stadium literally was filled with snow. It was crazy. Here, I'll throw a picture up here of what the stadium looked like the day before they played the game. If you're a football fan, you had a fun weekend watching all those games. Maybe your team won, maybe your team lost. Sorry, Philly fans. Sorry, some of the Dolphins fans and the other teams that lost. Surprise team was the Packers. I'm kind of rooting for the Packers for some reason. Obviously, I want my Bills to win, but the Packers. You're my second team that I'm rooting for this year. But anyway, let's get into a few things. First off, I'm going to start out with the giveaway contest. Yeah, I've been saying that I want to do this for a while. Last year, 2022. I see last year, meaning a year ago. Does that make sense? I used to do a giveaway contest every month. It was always the how much did Mike spend at Goodwill last month contest. And it was a lot of fun. I think some of you liked playing it. And the problem was that probably half the people never claimed their prizes. They would never watch the next video, the follow-up video to see if they won or not. And I'm not going to go out of my way to give you guys free stuff. I mean, I'm offering it to you. We're going to do it again this time. Probably give away a gift card somewhere. Maybe I'll give the winner their choice of a couple different ones. I think I got a couple hiding behind the tarp over here. That hide thing. So instead of how much Mike spent at Goodwill last month, it's going to be how much did Mike spend at Goodwill last year. Yes, all 12 months. 12 months. How much did I spend at Goodwill last year? I don't really even know. I have a spreadsheet that I keep by store, not individual store, but like by Goodwill, by Savers, by this, type of thrift store, how much I spent at that store, just for my personal records, just so I know where I'm getting my inventory at the end of the year and kind of see where things are going there. So put down in the comments, how much did Mike spend at Goodwill last year? And it's going to be a pretty hefty amount. You'd have to go back and watch some of those earlier videos from 2022 when I did the giveaway contest so you can kind of see the monthly total, or you can just put a completely random 12 months. There's 12 months in a year, times that by how much you think, and put that guess down below. The closest is going to win that gift card. You can go over, you can go under. It doesn't matter. Whoever is closest. So please, everybody, put a comment down below. I always appreciate y'all leaving me a comment down below. So I hope somebody wins and claims their prize this time. So good luck to everybody. But that'll be fun. I got the blue theme going today. I got my blue cup, blue shirt, blue hat, got the blue light going. I think the lighting kind of looks good today. I kind of like it. What do you think? Do you like this blue theme I got going on? Anyway, I want to talk real briefly, not an overdoing it on numbers and stuff from last year, but I want to kind of recap and let y'all know. I did it for my reference too, so I can see where I was at. So you can kind of see what numbers I'm doing here to see if I know what I'm talking about from time to time. Let's go over a few things. First, we're going to talk about Amazon, because I always say that I'm an eBay and Amazon seller, but not so much anymore. I'm an eBay and collectibles booth seller. Those are my main sources of income. Amazon, we'll start with 2022. So it's like 2 years ago. That year I did $7,300 on Amazon. Way down from what I was doing at one point. I was probably doing $20-some thousand a year on Amazon. Kind of when I first started it, was really excited about Amazon. And my excitement level was doing this, just going down, because it was harder to keep your items listed on Amazon, meaning it seems like listings would disappear. Either they would completely just disappear out of your listings, or you'd get a notice saying that the listing's no longer active because of the picture or the description, or you had to update something on it. Sometimes they gated you or blocked you from selling certain brands, and they wouldn't tell you, and all of a sudden your listings would be gone. At the end of the year, you go back and you check your inventory, and it seemed like 25 to 50% of your inventory wasn't even listed on Amazon anymore. So all those things just kind of soured me on selling on Amazon. Now, I do still sell a few things on there. I don't talk about it too much because it's maybe 1 or 2 or 3 items a week, not a whole lot. Not only certain items I'm listed on there. 2022, 72, did I say 72? $7,300. It's on blue, and I got blue paper, so everything's blue. Last year, what is that? I got the glasses here handy because you can even see my writing on there. Last year, $1,800. Yeah, that's about what, $100+ a month, $150 a month. So yeah, like I said, I'm not selling a whole lot on there anymore. I'm going to keep doing it only because there's certain items on there that just sell faster and for more money than they do on eBay. A few of the used games that I sell, a few Lego products and items like that. Somehow I can still sell Lego on Amazon. So yeah, I mean, that was down $5,500. So that really, dollar-wise, is a huge hit. Amazon's not a big part of my business. The next highest part of my business is my collectibles booth, and I need to talk about that a little more. I promise I'm going to have a what's been selling out at my booth video coming up soon. Visually, it's not that exciting because I kind of just take one of my little invoices here. So it's an invoice like this, and I kind of just go down it with you, and we talk about some of the items on there and what sells for me, what categories sell. This last couple weeks was really good. I had a really good sales week, or sales 2 weeks. Last week, pretty slow out there. So hopefully it'll all even out, and maybe this last weekend they actually did have a big sales weekend out there. So hopefully I did get out there that weekend. But anyway, so 2022, out at my booth for the 12 months, I did $26,000 in sales. Might just put these things on because I'm gonna have to keep taking off. That's an average of $2,166 per month, give or take a few pennies. So over $2,100 a month, that's pretty good. I mean, the booth is smaller than this room here. So to do over $2,000 a month out there at a mall that has hundreds and hundreds of booths, I'll have to, the next time I do a video out there, I'm gonna have to do, they have like a little upstairs section. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and give you the overview of the whole place because this place is massive. One of the biggest, if not one of the biggest places probably in the country for indoor antique booths, or collectibles booths as I like to call them. So yeah, I'm really proud of what I'm doing out there. I could do even more. Couple things. I've been having a fair amount of theft out there, especially in the sports card stuff. And I know that's going to happen. It's been happening pretty much since I've been out there. But if I put anything over like $3 cards out there, they seem to just disappear. And I'm sure it's the same person coming in, and literally they take a whole stack of them. So I'm just trying to keep it cards $2 and below. If they take those cards, I'm not really going to worry too much about it. I could do more. I could probably do hundreds and a few $100s more per month if I was able to put more expensive cards in there. The second thing is for baseball card boxes and sets from those junk era years. If I could get more of that, keep that stocked up, I could do a lot more there. So I still think even the number that I did last year, well, I haven't even talked about 2023 yet. I could still do more. So 2023 now, let's get into that. You got to stay on this roller coaster because I don't go in a straight path. I go this way, cut back, go this. Yeah, you guys know how I story tell. So 2023, $31,900. Yeah, like $32,000 out of that little booth. That is a $2,660 per month. $2,660 per month. That's a $500 increase in 1 year per month. And this is when the economy was pretty down and people were complaining about sales. My sales out there were really good. Part of it is every year I'm just learning more and more what sells in that booth, what doesn't sell, how to price things to get them to sell quickly. And, year after year, I've been doing it for like 7 years out there now. So I obviously have a lot of repeat customers that come back specifically to go to my booth and check out what I have. So can I do more this next year? I sure hope so. Again, part of it is being able to keep inventory in there consistently so I have good quality products to sell that are the higher dollar stuff that's $15, $20, $25. That range product sells really well. And yeah, I need some more of that stuff. Now, let's real quickly talk about YouTube. I know some of you are interested in these YouTube stats or how much does people make off of YouTube, especially a small little channel like this. It doesn't get a ton of views, but it's a lot of fun for me. That's why I do it. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for y'all. I've said before, most of my friends, and especially my family, don't want to hear me talk about reselling. They don't want to hear it anymore, so I have to talk to y'all, and hopefully y'all come in here. Why do I say y'all? I never say the word y'all. That you all come in here and let me chat about reselling and have a little fun that way. So for YouTube 2022, so we'll go back there, for the year. Now this includes YouTube ad revenue. So that's, if you watch these videos, you watch ads, they throw me like a penny or a quarter of a penny or a tenth of a penny every time you watch one of those ads or something. It's not much. But I also get money from affiliate links. And those are the little links I put down below. It shows you the kind of stuff that I buy on Amazon. If you click on one of those, then you go over to Amazon, in the next like 2 or 3 days, that like cookie that you get from, I'm not giving you a real cookie, but those digital cookies that they give you. If you buy something on Amazon in the next 2 or 3 days, I can make a few pennies off that as well. It's not a whole lot. It's 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4% off of what you buy. So if you buy a $10 item, I get like 3 cents. It's pretty exciting. Make a little bit of money there too. Total in 2022 was $693. So it's not chump change, but it's not a lot of money either. It went down a lot in 2023, and I don't know if it's just because ad revenue seemed to go down, the amount that they were paying out, whatever, or maybe my views were down. I didn't look at my total number of views. That was the one thing I didn't check in doing this. About $400 last year. Went from almost $700 down to $400, and that was just because I think I had one less ad revenue check come in, which probably will come in like this month sometime, because they don't pay you every month. They only pay you when you hit, like, say, $100. When I tell them, send me money when I get to $100, and they'll do that 3 or 4 or 5 times a year, whatever it works out. Maybe it'll be more this year. I don't know. So for YouTube also, just so you know, my goal was for this channel was to get to 3,000 subs. That didn't happen. Let me see what we're at right now. I gotta, get on the right screen. That helps. Go to YouTube Studio for those of you that do YouTube, YouTube Studio. I'm at 2833 right now. Now, I didn't aggressively chase viewers on this channel. I didn't put out a lot of videos this year. I went from doing 2 videos, sometimes 3 videos a week, down to 1 a lot of weeks. I kind of got lazy last year. I'm not going to lie. I got lazy about YouTube and just kind of didn't want to do it later in the week. Again, I've been doing this for several years now, so sometimes you just kind of want to put out a video, and then the rest of the week, you don't even want to think about YouTube. That's why you'll find that John the Cincinnati Picker, I know a lot of you watched him. A lot of you watched him through the years, and he really doesn't put out many videos. He just got completely burnt out, and he was probably making some really good money on YouTube doing videos and stuff. And I think he just got so totally burnt out on doing it that he doesn't even do it anymore. So yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens to the bigger channels. So this little channel, and I'm not making any money, it's easier to get burnt out. But anyway, the one that I talk about a lot, you're probably sick of me talking about it, is my That Card Guy channel. Now, I do have fun doing videos on that because it's just sports cards related, and I've been doing sports cards pretty much my whole life. So I'm very passionate about cards and talking about them. I go to a lot of card shows. I buy a lot of card boxes. I'm always looking for them when I'm out at the thrift stores. And I try to do videos whenever I can on there, and they just kind of happen, whether it's because I find something in a hanging bag at a store, whether I go to a card show and want to talk about the cards there. Every once I'll talk about what I've been selling. So that channel, I really wanted to get to 1,000 subs last year. It didn't happen. There was like a month period from in like November where I don't think I got but 1 sub for like the whole month. It was kind of crazy. Right now, 973, 27 away from getting that to 1,000 subscribers. And again, that thing's just crawling along. Getting 1 a week or 2 a week. I need some more on there. So if you haven't subbed to That Card Guy, go check it out. I'd appreciate it. So hopefully this year I can get that to 1,000 subs. I've already got like the watch time on there, so I just need to get that 1,000 subs. I can actually monetize that channel. Now that channel view-wise gets almost as many views as this channel does, even though it has almost 3 times the subscribers. It actually probably does have 3 times the subscribers. So yeah, I'd really like to get that one going, make a few dollars over there too. So if you could help me out, I would really appreciate it. All right, now eBay. You're all wondering, Mike, how much do you sell on eBay? Do you sell a lot on there? Well, I talk about the sales pretty much every week. So you can always do that. If you want to know what I've been selling, go to my eBay store. There's always a link down below. You can click on that sold button item. You can see what's been selling, how much I've been selling it for, what's in my store, how I take my pictures, and all that good stuff. Now, I don't always talk exact numbers on eBay. It's easy to figure out, and I'm proud of the number that I put out, but I'm not going to talk about exact numbers on there. I'm just going to talk about total average sale price and the total percentage up or down that I was over. So 2022, here, you can probably do that math. Let's see. The average sale price was $42. So I'm always trying to increase that average sale price. It would be best to sell less items for more money. That way you're doing a little less work for higher dollar products. So yeah, $42. I used to sell as low as like $32. I think 5, 6, 7 years ago, I think my average price was like in the 30s, the low 30s. I got up to over 42. This last year, it dropped a little bit. It dropped down to about $40 per item for 2023. And part of that is just like sales today. I'll talk about when I hit that certain item, why my average sale price dropped, because I was kind of doing something. We still may do it this year. We'll see, but we'll talk about that. So yeah, down about 9% from the year before. The first half of the year was really slow for me. I think it was for a lot of resellers. It actually picked up a little bit in the second half of the year. Did a little better those second 6 months, but still down 9% from 2022. We never want to go down in sales. We always want to go up. So hopefully this year we can at least increase off what I did in 2023. That would be good. We always want more sales, don't we? So yeah, that was the recap from last year. I hope y'all enjoyed hearing about it a little bit, see how my sales were overall and all that stuff. If you have any questions about it, just put them down in the comments down below with your guess for how much that I spent at Goodwill last year. All right, now let's talk about sales for the weekend. I actually had a pretty good weekend of sales. Now, it was 4 days. We had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday was the holiday when I was watching some football as well, watching those Buffalo Bills. Go Bills. I sold a total of 16 items. So that was it. That's what, 4 items a day? That's pretty weak for the weekend. But $907. So pretty good sales for what sold. I did sell a few sports cards. So we're going to get into these first. And that'll lead to my story that I was talking about, why my average sale price is down. It's because of cards like these. This is a Ricky Henderson card, 1987 Donruss. This is from a special opening day set that it was called. This sold for $1.49, free shipping. So how much do I make off this card when I sell it for $1.49? Let's kind of do some math. So I got the calculator here. So I sold it for $1.49. It's going to cost me 63 cents to mail that out via eBay standard envelope, so minus 63 cents. That already puts me down to 86 cents. Now, what did they charge me in fees? I got charged 48 cents in fees. So we're going to minus 48 cents. That now equals 38 cents, and that's without like an envelope and a piece of paper and printing. So we'll say 35 cents is what I got for this card. Why in the heck am I selling cards for 35 cents that I have to list on eBay and do all that? I have a few different cards. I've talked about this before on other videos. I don't know what else to do with this card. I have a bunch of these and some of these other ones that have quantities of 10, 20, 30, 100 of some of these cards. I have some out at my collectibles booth. I'll take one out there once in a while, throw it out there for $1 a piece, and it'll sell. But it's not going to sell anywhere else. So what do you do with these type of cards? You can try to put them out on lots on eBay. I've done that. They haven't sold. So I've taken a lot of these cards and just put them out there individually for, in this case, $1.49. Now, you've seen me sell a lot of the Hunger Game ones. Those I sell at $1.99. That's obviously a little bit more. So I'm getting 90 cents per card. That's obviously a lot better. I'd like to at least hit that mark where I'm getting about $1 net per card. But there's a lot of cards out there in the world where there's quantities of them. People do want them. They will sell, but slowly and for low dollar amounts. So either you throw the cards away or you list them on eBay and make a little bit of money. I'm still in that book of go ahead and sell them. Why not? My goal is that someone's going to come on there and buy 5 of these or buy 5 different cards. And that does happen from time to time as well. There's a lot of people out there that deal only in these low dollar cards like this. You'll go in their store and they'll have 50,000 of these cards and they're selling hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards a day. But again, they're making 40, 50, 90 cents per card. That's a long story to get to the fact that, yes, sometimes I do sell cheap cards, and that's part of the reason why my average sale prices dropped. But I'd rather sell cards like this. These are more. Let's see. Let me get back to my sheet or my screen. That's not a sheet over here. It's a screen. I did sell some other cards. I've been listing a bunch of Magic the Gathering cards over the weekend. I had bought a collection of those. And a lot of the ones that I have left now are those cards that are $2, $3, $4 cards, the same type of stuff that I was talking about, like with this, that sell cheaper. So I was putting two of them together. So you can see one, flip it over, you got two cards there. This is a Dystopia card from Alliances. If any of you know Magic the Gathering, I used to play it way back in the day in my early 20s. $4.99 plus shipping for this. So I'll just put this eBay standard envelope. You can do two cards. You can do as many cards as you want as long as they fit in that under a quarter inches, I think is how thin that the envelope has to be. So this just fits in a standard top loader like this. So $4.99 plus shipping, eBay standard envelope shipping for those. A couple more cards. This one is Derek Thomas. Legendary defensive player Derek Thomas passed away a long time ago. I think he died in a car accident, if I'm correct. But this is a special parallel. I don't know, you'll be able to tell right here. It says 24K gold. So this is like a parallel gold, not real gold in there, but this has some special gold foil. These are pretty highly sought after cards, especially for the big name guys. This sold for $11.24. So it's going to show a different price on the screen because I sent an offer. I think I had it $15, sold for $11.24. However, that discount worked out. I know I got that out of a bargain box for like $3 or something like that. All right, scroll down. All right, this guy actually had a pretty good day for the Chiefs. The Chiefs beat the Dolphins in that terrible weather. Like, the weather itself wasn't bad, except for I think it was 0 degrees during that football game. Why they don't have domes for some of these places, I don't know. But yeah, Rashee Rice, really good rookie receiver for the Chiefs. This is about as cheap of a card autograph as you can get it from him. This is his pro set. It shows him in a college uniform right there with his autograph. So as soon as the Chiefs won, he had a really good day. This sold for $19.99. Actually, I got this out of a dollar box way early in the season. Honestly, I didn't really even know who he was because he wasn't playing a whole lot at the beginning of the year. So that's going to ship out eBay standard envelope as well. $19.99 plus shipping. So since it's under $20, at least $20 before the shipping. And the last card sold early Friday. So this person's been waiting for this for a while to get shipped out. Ooh, I almost cussed there. Matt Cain, fresh ink autograph. Really good picture when he was with the San Francisco Giants. Part of a big collection of Giants cards that I had bought, actually, from the Cincinnati Picker, since I mentioned him earlier. This also sold for $19.99, $20 free shipping. So we had a couple $20 cards, an $11 card, and that whopping $1.50 card. Get all those shipped out pretty easy. All right, now we're going to get into the fun stuff. The bigger stuff, wait. There's one more small stuff. It's got a little story with it. So I had a couple different partial games of this Stop Thief. It's pretty good game for resale, especially over on Amazon. I think it sells for $50 to $70, somewhere in that range if you have it complete. I had a bunch of partials, had a bunch of extra card sets, so I figured I'd go ahead and list one out on eBay, help somebody else that's trying to put a game together. Sold for $4.99, plus I think like $1 for shipping. What I planned on doing was just taking the cards, making two little things and putting them in an envelope and putting a stamp on it. But somebody through the global shipping or eBay international shipping bought it. So it's got to go back to Illinois. They're going to ship it to them. So I think because it's going there, I'm going to have to ship it in a bubble mailer, and it's going to cost me like $3 and some. So after fees, I'm going to make like, $1 something on these. But it's very odd that someone bought this that's international. Let me click on it, see where they are. They're in Italy. These are going to Italy. Somebody in Italy needs these Stop Thief. That's kind of random that someone in Italy needs that game. But they're very excited to get it because they've already sent me messages from trying to get their tracking number and everything. All right, let's get over here. Last week, I sold a bunch of stuff, but it was all very small. This time, we got some bigger stuff. I got a couple bigger boxes back here, a couple bigger things up here. I'm going to go through the bottom of my screen. We're just going to scroll up. So get here. I just got a bunch of items authenticated through JSA. That's James Spence. And they are one of the top names out there on authentication. That's their little sticker down there. They authenticated it. And right inside here, I got their little card that goes with it. And I picked this up at an estate sale. Yeah, this is an autographed media guide with Bob Uecker on the front here. He signed it right there on the back. The person that this estate sale was for, they used to work for the Milwaukee Brewers out here in Arizona for spring training. So Bob Uecker was their announcer, was always around. Doesn't like to sign a lot of autographs. I've met him a couple times. Not always the happiest guy when he's around the public. But yeah, so this I knew was pretty high demand for his autographs, very popular. You might remember him from the Major League series. He was the announcer in those movies.
To another season of Indians baseball. A lot of new faces in Chief Wahoo's tribe this year, as they take on the defending American League champs, the New York Yankees. Anyway, listen to the roar of the crowd as the Indians take the field.
He also did light beer commercials way back in the day. That's kind of what got him that role in Major League. But yeah, I picked this up at the estate sale for $20. I did have to pay to get authenticated. I pay $8. I get a little discount because I know people, so I get a little discount on the authentication. So I have $28 into it. Sold it at a discount for $85. I threw it in my store for $100. Just kind of picked a price because there's not any media guides out there. You can find baseballs, you can find photos. For something like this, $85. So I paid $68. Got $85. I think that's pretty good. I'll take that all day. All right, next one is also another baseball autograph, but this one I did not get authenticated. I guess I could have, but I didn't. Pick this up at our local sports auction, I think is where I got this one. I think I got this from Joe. I think that was his. Joe owns the shop that we have the auction at. So this is a baseball bat, but it is also autographed. So this is the player bat. This is Jeff Conine. He used to play for the Florida Marlins. He was pretty good back in the early 90s. Unused bat, so it's super clean. And he autographed it over here. And he signed it to, it says to Burbs. Now, story goes with this is there's a pitcher named Dave Burba who pitched for the Giants. He must have played with Jeff Conine maybe at some point. And part of his collection came through our auction. I think he went into the shop and sold a bunch of his stuff to Joe. So this was signed to Dave Burba. It just says to Burbs, and then had Jeff Conine's autograph down below. Sold it for $79.99 plus shipping. I think I paid $30 for it at the auction. Yeah, ended up selling it for $80. So bats I've talked about before, are pretty easy to ship out. I just got a new batch of these tubes in here. Just put it in one of these tubes, and it ships out for usually around $11. And I usually send them out UPS. Just easier to drop those long tubes off at UPS than it is at the post office. Next item. Happy to get this one sold. This item has been a headache for a while. This is a big head. Let's see if you can see it just right. Big bobblehead, big head of Peyton Manning. It's a special Super Bowl XLI one. Right there. Big heads. Pretty cool. They did them for a few different players for the Super Bowl that year. But this has been in my store for closing in on a year. But I had, I think, one particular person that I swear every week they were sending me a message. Can you sell this to me for this price? Can you sell it to me for that price? If I buy it now, can I pay you next week? It was messages and messages and messages and messages from this person, and they never bought it. It was just one of those headache customers, and that's why I just refused to sell it to them cheaper, because it was just going to be a headache. You know, when you've been doing this long enough, when you get certain emails or just an overabundance of emails from someone, it's just going to be a problem buyer. Luckily, I ended up selling it here this weekend. Now, I think I have it in my store for like $80. Yeah, these do sell for pretty good money. Someone sent me an offer for $50. I'm more than happy to take that. I paid, I think, $15 for this at the local auction. So paid $15, got $50. Happy to get out of here. I don't have to worry about any emails from that annoying guy. All right, this next one, this is like my randomest item of the day, or probably, that I've sold in quite a while. You guys know, I sell anything. People ask me all the time, so what do you sell? Do you only sell sports items? Do you only sell pop culture? No, I'll sell anything, almost anything that I can make money on. So I found these at a thrift store one day at a Goodwill. Make sure to put your guess down below for how much I spent at Goodwill last year. This was part of it. And I looked them up and found out that they sell for pretty good money. So these are American Express bill presenters, or check presenters as they call them. It's all sealed up in the box, and what caught my attention was that it said, let's see if I can show you on the, right here. Your check presenters have arrived. So it's this big box of them, and you'll see it better in the picture. It's, let's see, actually I got to untape it to put an invoice in here. So let me open it up. I mean, not like you guys don't know what these look like. You guys have gone out to eat before. So it just looks like one of these. Here's your check, sir. I will take that when you're ready. But yeah, just a bunch of these. It's not the ones that open up. It's a check presenter. The other ones are called like check wallets or check billfolds or something like that. It says American Express on it. All brand new in these fancy packages. And they were marked $5.49. Yeah, for the whole box. So, of course, I bought it. Now, Little story with it. You know I can't sell an item without having a story with it. That day that I bought this box, there was only 23 of them inside. It wasn't a full box. So I initially listed a box of 23 and put it out there for the same price as this. Sold for $49.99 plus shipping. So yeah, I got pretty good money for this. I am going to double box this because I don't want this box to get damaged. If it dings the corner of some of those check presenters, the buyer probably isn't going to be happy. So anyway, there was 23 of them. I went back to that store the next week or later that same week because I usually go to that store at least twice a week. And I saw another box. It wasn't a full box. So now I had a box of 25, which is what this has and what sold for $50. I also have another box that has 21 in them. And I priced that one like $10 cheaper. So that one's actually a better deal per item. But yeah, $50 for that box, paid $5. I like buys like that of completely random stuff that I know other resellers are not buying just because it's such a weird, odd item that they don't sell. They're like, oh, I don't sell those. I only sell these things. Sell everything. The next sale, another good sale, another good price sale. Happy to get the stuff out of here. Sold a BTS CD set. Who's BTS? I know some of you don't know. I sort of knew who they were. Last year, I bought a collection of BTS items. It's a Korean pop band, K-pop band. Bought someone's whole collection. It was a friend's daughter who was going to college. I know I've told the story. I'm not going to tell the whole thing all over again. Bought this whole collection for $500. Been a little slower selling than I wanted. At the beginning of the year, I went through everything that I had. I marked it down. Now, I've made money on the collection, just not as much as I had hoped, not as quickly, all that stuff. Would I do that buy again? Maybe, but I'd probably have to pay a little bit less. So yeah, it's a really nice set. It's a 3 CD set, and it sold for $79.99. Now, I originally think I had this at like $119.99, something like that. I just chopped the price trying to sell it. And obviously it worked because someone paid $80 for this, and I'm happy, very happy to get that sold. All right, more great stuff. You can see the prices that I sold the stuff for this weekend were pretty good, other than a couple of small items. All right, this next one, of course, it's got a story with it. This is a box of 1982 Topps football packs, but they have already been opened. So you can see packs have already been opened. You can open it up. You got your packs. You got your 1982 Topps football card. Ooh, look, we got Lyle Alzado on there. So I bought this at the local sports auction. And what was interesting about this is it wasn't all nice like this. All the cards it was just a big stack of cards, all these 1982 Topps football cards. This crunchy box, I mean, this box is trash. It doesn't even have a top to it, and a bunch of loose wrappers. So I said, hey, in my head, I'm thinking, could I kind of reassemble those packs, kind of reassemble the box and sell it at a premium? Yeah, I think I could. And obviously I did because I'm talking about the sale right now. I think I paid for the wrappers, the box, and all the cards around $10 or $12 for all of it. I didn't have to spend too much. Nobody was really interested in it in the auction. Now, it did take me some time to put all these packs together all nicely like this, put them in here and assemble it. There's a couple other extra star cards in there, so I just went ahead and threw it. Whoa. I'm throwing those in there. Sold it for $75. Yeah, again, I think I had this at $100. Sold it through an offer for $75. So now I have to pay $10, $15 for it, and to sell it for $75 is pretty good. If this box were full and unopened packs, it's several $100s for the box. So if someone just wants to get it and display it, it's kind of cool. So yeah, nice $75 sale on that. Still going down the list. First off, this next picture, when you see it, it's a terrible picture, and I'll talk about it when I get to it. I had bought some shirts from someone I know, and this was a My Little Pony shirt. Yeah, we got, who is that? Is that Apple Dash and Rainbow Sprinkle Sparkles, Rainbow Bright? I don't know, whatever her name is. Is it a her? I don't know, probably. But those two on there. So I sold this for $19.99 free shipping. I bought it for $3. I bought it for $3 with some other shirts that were like ones that were new without tags. But you can see in my picture, this shirt just did not want to lay out properly. It looks so wrinkled. It's a terrible picture. But someone still bought it, so it must have worked. It must not have been that bad. $20 free shipping. I'm not making a whole lot on it. Just one of those items that was sitting in sort of my death pile. One weekend I said I need to get these shirts listed, and at least one of them sold. So happy about that. Ooh, the next one's the biggest item. Actually, no, I'm going to skip that one for now because that one's on the floor and in the way. Another item that's been in my store for a little while. Found this in the thrift store for $1. Northern Arizona University, NAU, the Lumberjacks up in Flagstaff, Arizona. Found this pendant. It's made by, oh, I can't read that. Can you read it? Can you read it? It's made by Chipinco, Chicago Pennant. Yeah. I'll let you read it. That top word I'm having problems with. But this is a pendant. I think it's vintage. I don't really know. It's kind of cool looking, so I just listed it as a vintage pendant. But you can see it's got a little bit of damage there at the end. It's got a couple little holes in it. It is made of wool. Finally got a sale. $30 though. $30 plus shipping. I think I originally had this at like $40 or $50, just being a cool vintage pendant like that. But yeah, $30 for that. It's just going up to Flagstaff. It's going where it belongs. It's going up to Flagstaff, Arizona, up to somebody at NAU. So I think that's kind of cool. This next one, found this at the exact same store that I found those check presenters at. I've been finding a lot of stuff at that store lately. I've been going to that store 2 and 3 times a week. I've been finding so much stuff there. I'm not telling you what store it is. If you're here locally, I ain't telling you. But one day, cart came out. You got to check the stores when the carts are coming out. That's key. Got to find out what time they're coming out. I sort of know about when they're coming out of the store. That's why I've been going there so much. And good stuff's been coming out. One day they had a bunch of Funko Pop figures on there. One of these bigger ones. And these bigger ones, most of the stores price up a little bit. Luckily, not crazy. I think they priced this at $12 or $14. I always talk about I get my coupon, so I get a little bit of a discount. Yeah, I'm waving this thing around. Sold for $49.99. Yeah, so I got $50 for it. That's why I was willing to pay a little more for Speed Racer here than some of the other ones, because I saw that this was selling. And the sell-through rate on this one is really, really, really good. Very surprised. One of the better selling larger Funko Pops, because usually these larger box ones don't sell as well as the smaller ones. So yeah, Speed Racer is sneakily very collectible. I got one more sale, and it was actually the best sale of the day. Double check my price on the screen. Big box here. Can you see it on the ground? Oh, I don't need to move the camera. I'm going to bring it over here. Get this big old box out of my garage. Yeah, Munchkin Dungeon. It's a game. Now, this must have been like a special purchase. I don't know if it was just a box that you could order from their website. I don't know if it was like a Kickstarter type game. But I bought this at the local auction. Yep, bought it there. And it has everything inside. You can see it's still, we got one little figure. There's like a little, it's an undead horse figure. Yep, you got to have that. This box is still sealed. This little Munchkin Dungeon Cthulhu. And then a couple other things. I'm not going to take it out there because I got it packed in here kind of nice. You can see it upside down. I'm trying to think. I think I paid like $30 or $30-some for this at the auction because I knew as a big bulk lot it would sell pretty good. $150. Yeah, got $150 for this. I'm going to ship it in this box because you can see got a little padding around the edges so the boxes aren't going to get dinged up. Just got to fill in this void here. Get that shipped out. So that's pretty good. $150 sale. Very happy about that one. I knew that would be good. Now, it did take quite a while to sell. It's probably been in my store between 6 months and a year, probably somewhere in there. But yeah, that's pretty good. That'll have probably ship out UPS just because of the size of the box. It is fairly heavy, and I think it's going to Indiana. It's weird. I ship a lot of stuff to Indiana. I know Lonnie and Candace over at Shed Flips, if you watch them, they've been trying to keep track of how long it takes them to ship to all 50 states this year. I'd be very curious, just one of those random things like how many items I shipped to each state during the year. Of my like 1,700 orders or 1,600 orders that I had last year, what states are they going to? I don't know. It's just one of those things I like keeping track of. I don't know. I have these stats always going around in my head. Ooh, but I think that's going to be it for today. This was a long video. I hope you all stayed in here. If you stayed till the very end, put a little thumbs up down in the comments as well, along with your guess of how much did Mike spend at Goodwill last year. Not last month. Last year, how much did I spend? Oh, yeah, one other little thing. There's another little bonus tip at the end of these. I've found some of these in the past, and I talked about it in some prior videos, probably years ago, like I found money in this game or something. If you ever find these coinstruction games, I find them from time to time. They're usually pretty cheap. Open it up and look inside the box, because to make these things, you have to use coins, pennies, dimes, nickels. You know what coins are. And often there's money inside these games. Depending on what it's priced at and how much money is inside, maybe you should buy it. This one ended up being a loser. I spent $2.49 for it. There was like $1.18. There was some nickels, a few nickels, and a bunch of pennies, but it was still money inside. I will save this. This by itself doesn't sell for much, and the sell-through rate's pretty slow. So unless you have 2 or 3 sets that you can put together, which is what I'll do. I'll save this till I find another one, and then maybe I'll bundle those 2 or 3 together. But yeah, make sure that you're checking stores for these, and if you do find them, look inside, because there could be money. But that's it for today. I hope you all have a great week. Watch more videos of mine. Go check out that card guy and put your guess down below. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.